FBI whispers and explosive claims suggest he may be alive and ready to expose the industry's most powerful names. From hidden tapes to secret details, this story could shatter.
Man, do y'all think... Oh my God. What is up? YouTube. How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out without a doubt, man. Let's see what this bad boy is all about. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Check it out, man. Hey, Uncle Mike is here. I'm be home for a minute, man. I ain't going nowhere for at least 90 days, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do 90 days at home. Went up to Delaware and all that good stuff, man. I got some new toys I'm going to play with. Well, I had the toy for about a year and a half, and I'm just going to start playing with it and everything.
Bullshit.
Hey, check it out, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Feds exposed Tupac's secrets that could end Jay Z and Diddy's career. What? Feds exposed Tupac's secrets. Shoot, what they need to do is expose all the other information they got. What's up with that dude that's in jail that ain't even pulled the trigger? Ain't get paid, and he doing time. I'm telling y'all, y'all better leave them streets alone, man. These streets is twisting all kinds of stuff together, man. Anyway, man, let's check this video out. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
These people planned 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
Yeah, they was big.
What if the biggest twist in hip-hop history hasn't even happened yet? For decades, the world believed Tupac Shakur lost his life in that Vegas drive-by. But new reports, FBI whispers, and explosive claims suggest he may be alive and ready to expose the industry's most powerful names. From hidden tapes to secret details, this story could shatter.
Man, do y'all think... Oh my God. After that 9/11 and all that crazy stuff that happened with that, and I can't believe that Diddy is locked up, man. He's been in jail for almost a year now. I would have never thought all this. When I was growing up, man, real talk, I thought once you made $1 million, $2 or $3, $4 million, you don't need to do wrong. But I guess I was wrong. Do y'all think he's alive? Come on, man. Y'all can't be really believing this stuff, can you? I don't know. Here we go. Damn. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all think
have been involved in Tupac's murder or Biggie's murder.
I think that when you set up an atmosphere for something to happen, they wasn't gonna f with me, and they not gonna f with me. He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a f if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change.
I don't think anything is coincidental. Why would you tell the littlest in the crew that these are the guys who took my chain? It's over there on the other side of the casino, by the elevators. Why you ain't go tell Suge?
I ain't nobody, never.
Got a point there. I'm gonna tell the people that I know that's gonna handle their business with some pow-pows or something like that. I'm gonna tell the people, God, why you ain't tell Suge? This is the dude I was just talking about. Just talking about him.
Crew that these are the guys who took my chain. It's over there on the other side of the casino, by the elevators. Why you ain't go tell Suge?
I ain't nobody, never did, ever nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas. Prove that I orchestrated this.
You said the shots came from the back. Who shot Tupac?
To keep it for the code of the streets. It just came from the backseat, bro. Shouldn't have said nothing. And I'm innocent, man.
Tupac should.
Oh my God.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Okay, just testing how this stuff gonna work. Here we go.
Shakur The rap legend the world thought was gone in 1996 has allegedly been alive and in hiding for nearly 30 years. Now, shocking reports claim he's ready to return with evidence that could bring down two of hip-hop's biggest moguls, Jay Z and Diddy. This isn't some blurry photo from a beach or another guy in a bandana sighting in Havana. These are whispers from law enforcement.
Came back downstairs, he was heated. He said, yo, Gene, I got 126 employees, and these people depend on me for their livelihoods. If these white folks thought or they would think that I had anything to do with any kind of gunplay, they wasn't gonna with me, and they not gonna with me. He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a if Pac gotta, Big gotta, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change. And he took upstairs, he turned around and walked back upstairs. And it didn't dawn on me what he said. And then my man looked at me and Bun was like, yo, that nigga said Big.
For decades, everyone believed the Vegas drive-by was Shakur's end. 4 bullets, a frantic hospital, and 6 days of uncertainty before the media declared him gone. Yet here we are, nearly 3 decades later, and the chessboard looks nothing like we thought. While Jay Z and Diddy battle lawsuits and headlines, a rumor so explosive emerges that comeback feels too small a word.
Jabba the fish.
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back. Expect me, nigga. I'm coming. Norman.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. If Tupac's still alive all this time, look at this. Look at these pictures. That don't look like him. It just look like somebody to favor him, man. That's what I'm.
Right, I can make you what the mild, basic, complex, or complicated. I spit the verbal venom, lyricism, fresh rated, separated myself.
He don't even sound like. Ah, here we go.
Smell and taste it. Yes, I can. Damn right, I can make you what the mild, basic, complex, or complicated. I spit the verbal venom, lyricism, fresh rated, separated myself. To get into myself, to get out of myself, to look directly at myself. And if you seen what I saw and witness my flaws, my ups and downfalls, and why I rhyme at all is just a mystery to y'all, but still I'm down by law.
Damn, man. Why is there so much negativity in this world, bruh?
The claim is wild but chilling. Shakur didn't just disappear, he outplayed everyone. He slipped into the shadows, not to escape but to gather evidence that could destroy the very men suspected of orchestrating his vanishing act. And if the leaks are even half true, the FBI has finally found him. Not to arrest him, but to flip the script on Jay Z and Diddy, just as their empires begin to buckle. Insiders say federal agents have reached out to Shakur, or someone acting on his behalf, to secure hard evidence, documents, phone records, financial trails, even surveillance tapes tying Jay Z and Diddy to more than shady business, possibly to the Vegas tragedy itself. And here's where things get real. Reports claim sealed evidence from the 1990s, once thought destroyed, has been matched with fresh intel allegedly delivered by Shakur's circle. The FBI isn't chasing rumors anymore. They're watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back.
Now America's got jewels and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. Everybody need a little help on their way to being self-reliant. No independent person just grew up and was born independent. You worked and you learned teamwork and you learned cooperation and unity and struggle, and then you became independent. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic, that's just real. These people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. No, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I gotta give them some mail.
Picture it, Shakur in the shadows, watching Diddy and Jay Z amass fortunes and power, knowing all along their rise was built on the same bloodstained chessboard that forced him into exile. For years, headlines stacked against them. Diddy's legal troubles, exploitation charges, whispers of a criminal empire, and Jay Z's sudden ties to lawsuits, trying to dodge Diddy scandals. It's like watching a house of cards, 30 years in the making, finally tremble. And then, right on cue, the ghost they tried to bury reappears with the matchbook in his hand.
Could Puff have been involved in Tupac's murder or Biggie's murder?
I think that when you set up an atmosphere for something to happen, how involved are you? You set up the atmosphere. You put people in positions to get hurt. He knew that somebody was going to do something. He was told. I told him before we left. I told him. Mace told him. See, people ain't telling. See, everybody think that Gene Deal is the only one noticed. I'm not the only one that's noticed and privy to this information. I'm the only one that's speaking on it and has spoke on it.
We have to talk about the Cuba connection.
Let's see. Man, get out of here. Yeah. Hey, he's speaking on it. Go home. Gene Deal is speaking on it. Man, he gotta go home on that one, man. Golly.
I'm not the only one that's noticed and privy to this information. I'm the only one that's speaking on it and has spoke on it.
We have to talk about the Cuba connection, because this isn't just a detail. It's the backbone of the whole conspiracy. Think back to all those rumors, grainy nightclub footage, locals in Havana swearing they saw Shakur buying groceries, YouTube clips showing a man in a hoodie with a goatee and shades that looked a little too familiar. For years, it all sounded like desperate fans clinging to a legend. But then Shakur's former bodyguard, Michael Neese, came forward claiming he had audio and video proof that Fidel Castro himself allowed Shakur to live in Cuba. He even described a covert escape complete with bribes, Black Panther involvement, and a quiet handoff on our Barbados airstrip before Shakur disappeared again under the protection of a regime that despised the same American establishment he did.
Somebody said Tupac is coming back this year and stuff. Well, I've been back. You know, as far as they saying Tupac coming back this year, I've been here. You just recognized
That's where the whole story hits hard. Imagine realizing the people close to you, friends, collaborators, even brothers in music, might have ordered the hit that left you bleeding in Vegas. Imagine hiding for 3 decades, watching your enemies get rich, waiting patiently for the moment to strike back. If the whispers are right, Shakur didn't just run to survive, he used exile as leverage, collecting what insiders call a treasure trove of secrets on the men who branded themselves untouchable. Ties to old-school Black Panther networks, they suggest he spent years in tight protection, almost like a prisoner, but never powerless, trading information for safety. And now the timing couldn't be more brutal. Why step out now, after all these years? Because Jay Z and Diddy have never been this exposed. Diddy's empire is falling apart. Lawsuits stacking, disturbing stories about wild parties hitting headlines, and former employees breaking NDAs to tell what they saw. He sits in a Brooklyn detention center, denied bail, facing charges so serious, not even his legendary bankroll can save him. Meanwhile, Jay Z, once untouchable himself, is suddenly tied up in a lawsuit with claims so explosive, his lawyers are scrambling to keep his name from burning alongside Diddy's. For decades, these two operated as allies, rivals, and business partners. Men who knew where the bodies were buried, even if they never touched a shovel.
The same people that Puffy, Biggie, and Bad Boy was using as protection when they came to LA, it's the same people that just happened to get into a fight with Tupac in Vegas. To me, man, that's a hell of a coincidence, man. I don't know about that.
I don't think anything is coincidental. Why would you tell the littlest in the crew that these are the guys who took my chain? Is over there on the other side of the casino, by the elevators. Why you didn't go tell Suge? Why you didn't tell one of the bouncers, one of the securities, one of the bodyguards? Did anybody ever question him? Why you gonna tell the man who make all the money for us? That's a setup. They was setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Me and Puffy, we was friends. So understand one thing. The streets, when you're known as the best, you become a trophy.
Damn.
Everybody wants to troll.
Would you like to come play? Yay!
And now with the FBI chasing witnesses and desperate to close unsolved cases, Shakur's supposed evidence becomes more than a payback. It becomes leverage, justice, and maybe even redemption for himself, for his mother's legacy, and for the entire industry that watched him vanish. Insiders say federal agents are connecting dots across decades, phone records from the 90s resurfacing in new filings, sealed testimony lining up with hidden recordings. Back in the day, the code was to keep quiet, but now Keffe D, the last suspect from the 96 drive-by, is locked up and allegedly ready to cut a deal. Even
Keffe D. Oh man, his whole story sounds just dumb. I can't believe his story, man. That's real talk. That Bama got 3 strikes against him. They let him know that his brain is not functioning. He didn't even pull the trigger, Jock. He ain't pull the trigger, man. He ain't get paid. And then he turned around and got locked up.
recordings. Back in the day, the code was to keep quiet. But now Keffe D, the last suspect from the 96 drive-by, is locked up and allegedly ready to cut a deal. Even Suge Knight is tweeting from prison about justice for Shakur. The silence is broken and the game feels different.
Nobody, never did, ever nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas, proved that I orchestrated this.
You said the shots came from the back. Who shot Tupac?
The kid for the code of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro. Shouldn't have said nothing.
You right, you shouldn't have said nothing, dummy.
Bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Let's keep it going, man.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. He was coming up Flamingo and got to the light.
So out of curiosity, right? Let's say you was on the left side of the white Cadillac and you seen Tupac and Suge Knight. What would have been your response?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't know. But I would have had to take over my nephew for sure.
So you would have shot up the BMW with Tupac and Suge Knight in it?
I would have taken over my nephew. I would just leave it like that.
How do you feel about people that say
his nephew? You're putting out way too much. Do you think that the FBI don't look at YouTube? Is that what you think? The police don't look at YouTube? You done cracked the deal? You was in the car, bruh. What was y'all gonna do? Anybody that was in that car should go to jail, man. If somebody, they had guns in the car and somebody shot at another car, I mean, in my world, that's my, if I was running things, you was in the car, dog. But I didn't know they was gonna do that. And then find out how often do you hang around these people. He is the, oh my God, boy, I swear to God. I think him and Courtney, I put him and Courtney in the same bag. It must be a bag of them. It must be.
So you would have shot up the BMW with Tupac and Suge Knight in it?
I would have taken over my nephew. I would just leave it like that.
How do you feel about people that say and believe that you was actually the person that was the trigger man, you know, in the white Cadillac that shot up Tupac and Suge Knight?
I'm glad they ain't the police.
I know for a fact that he ain't smart enough to pull the trigger. He might have shot himself. Oh my God, this dude right here is a clown.
That's all I can say. I'm glad they ain't the police.
And here's where it gets icy. For years, everyone assumed Diddy was the mastermind, the money man ruthless enough to sign off $1 million hit. But fresh claims point elsewhere. Old accountants and cryptic investigators hint that Jay Z circle wired money to names tied to the Vegas incident. Intercepted calls from the months before Shakur disappeared allegedly matched Jay Z's whereabouts, painting him not as a bystander, but a silent partner, waiting to inherit the empire once Tupac was gone.
Michael Jackson watched Quincy Jones' daughters grow up. Fast forward years later, Tupac is dating one of the daughters.
They're having a party. Michael Jackson's there. Kadada is sitting on Mike's lap.
Could the kingmaker, idolized at billionaire brunches, the man who rebuilt the industry after the chaos, have been pulling strings the whole time? The whispers aren't just bitter exes. They come from former security, ex-death row insiders, even retired agents, all hinting at gaps in Jay Z's timeline. If true, hip-hop's biggest crown may have been built on darker foundations than anyone realized. The stakes have never been higher. If Shakur really has evidence and is ready to hand it over, we're not just waiting for another chapter, we're staring at the collapse of hip-hop's most powerful dynasty. Sure, we've heard the wild stories before. Tupac in Havana, Tupac at a nightclub in Ibiza, Tupac in a fake photo with Beyonce. But this time the context is different. Diddy's empire is already burning. Criminal indictments, twisted tales of parties, decades of shady deals. The media even calls him hip-hop's Jeffrey Epstein. Jay Z's lawyers are scrambling too. Tossing.
Oh, wait a minute, man. Hold up. I never heard that. The hip-hop Jeffrey Epstein. Damn. I couldn't have these type of names on me, man.
Indictments, twisted tales of parties, decades of shady deals. The media even calls him hip-hop's Jeffrey Epstein. Jay Z's lawyers are scrambling too, tossing out blackmail accusations and trying to delay the inevitable. The two men who once stood shoulder to shoulder at the Rock Nation brunch now look like they're running for cover separately. And maybe for the first time, they're truly afraid. All the old clues suddenly look different. Suge Knight's cryptic interviews, Shakur's mother hinting her son chose to leave quietly, the posthumous albums, and the Makaveli persona, named after the strategist who faked his own demise to outsmart enemies. Every detail now feels loaded. Why did the coroner's report get basic facts wrong? Why did the cremator retire the very next day? And why did Havana locals keep swearing they saw a famous rapper in their streets? Even decades later, with the FBI now digging through every fragment, surveillance tapes, payment logs, informant notes, the walls feel like they're closing in. Hip-hop has always thrived on the line between myth and reality. But this time the line is gone. What once sounded like wild delusion now reads like a carefully planned playbook. Jay Z and Diddy, despite all their success, suddenly look like prisoners of a past they thought was buried in the Nevada desert. Meanwhile, somewhere in the shadows, maybe a Cuban apartment, maybe, just off camera, a legend watches the empire that tried to erase him finally begin to crack. With the FBI on his side, evidence piling up, and his enemies exposed, the question is no longer if Shakur has the goods, it's what happens next to hip-hop's so-called untouchables.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like,
To us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Oh my God.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. You're like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you is this year. Come on, bro.
And the fallout won't stop at Diddy or Jay Z. Whispers already circle around dozens of accomplices, lawyers, managers, assistants, even bodyguards, either subpoenaed or suddenly on vacation overseas. Industry veterans who once lived like royalty are now deleting accounts, ditching old phones, scrambling to erase their trail. The old code of silence has cracked and everyone knows it. As the dominoes fall, the world is watching what looks less like a scandal and more like the slow-motion collapse of an empire that shaped 30 years of pop culture. Diddy, once the king of the all-white party, now sits in a cell instead of a Hamptons mansion, staring down a federal trial that threatens to drag every dirty secret into the light. Human exploitation, racketeering, maltreatment. The phrase criminal enterprise now clings to his name as his legal team burns through money.
I can't believe this dude is touching that guy's lips. Did y'all see that? Maybe I'm looking at something different, man. Maybe I'm looking at something different, but if I was that dude, sometimes I'm trying to watch what I say, but then I say, forget it. Let me just be myself. I would have cracked him upside his head, put his hands on my lips. Man, what's wrong with you, dog?
Dirty secret into the light. Human exploitation, racketeering, maltreatment. The phrase criminal enterprise now clings to his name as his legal team burns through money, trying to plug the leaks. Every new lawsuit brings chaos. More enablers rush to cut deals. More alleged victims step into the spotlight. And no one knows who might flip next or what secret files are still hidden. For a man who once controlled the narrative with a tweet or a flashy video, Diddy suddenly can't buy a moment of silence. Meanwhile, Jay Z, the poster child for hip-hop moguldom, is learning that even the tallest penthouse comes with cracks. Civil suits pile up, each one threatening to expose years of private records and conversations. And worse than the legal filings is the shift in public mood. Fans who once idolized every move are now dissecting old timelines, lyrics, and photos, looking for where fortune crossed into conspiracy.
In this video, watch how Jay Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyonce with a touch on her shoulder. Jay Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018.
What? Wait a minute. Hold up. I gotta check that out again. Wait a minute. Okay.
Watch how Jay Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyonce with a touch on her shoulder. Jay Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018. Jay Z definitely wasn't having it.
Jay Z's.
Man, at first I used to look at this stuff and say, come on, man. The guy just turned around. Just so happened to be that type of timing, right? Just so happened to be that timing. He just so happened to turn around and he just started talking to Puff at the same time, you know. But now I'm looking at everything with an open mind, like, dang, that is kind of suspicious. But I don't care what anybody say. I ain't putting my fingers on no man's lips. I don't care how many crumbs he got on his lips. The hell wrong with you, Diddy? And I'm not letting no man put their hands on my daggone lips. Y'all know. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. Real talk. That's real talk, man.
With a touch on her shoulder, Jay.
Here we go.
Photos, looking for where fortune crossed into conspiracy.
In this video, watch how Jay Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyonce with a touch on her shoulder. Jay Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018. Jay Z definitely wasn't having it.
Oh my God.
Jay Z's defense swings between bold denials and counterattacks, painting himself as a blackmail target one moment, then distancing himself from a man he once called brother the next. But if Shakur's alleged evidence ever sees daylight, it could rewrite every sanitized version of hip-hop history Jay Z has sold, and no PR spin in the world could bring that shine back. The two men who once looked untouchable, billionaires with fashion labels, liquor lines, and influence stretching from Wall Street to the White House, are now painted as architects of a betrayal that shaped the fate of music and black culture itself. This isn't some celebrity scandal. It's the kind of revelation that could erase entire catalogs, force award shows to rewrite history, and send corporate sponsors running. Decades of mentorship, foundations, and carefully built legacies could disappear overnight, replaced by the ugly truth behind the headlines. If that truth rides on a Shakur long-rumored return, no label or media giant on earth will be ready for the fallout.
The $1 million check, right, that they put on Tupac to get him to hit?
Yeah. What I'm talking about is that if Puff has said on a couple of records that he'll pay $1 million to, but he was just talking to people randomly. So now everybody said that, and Keffe D said that Puff told them that he'll give him $1 million.
Even those who swore they knew the story are sweating. Road managers have gone silent. Lawyers hint that multiple celebrities are under investigation. Private jets stream in and out of Miami and LA, loaded with publicists and crisis teams who can't promise protection. The old alliance that once glued the music business together, the handshakes, the favors, the backroom deals, are crumbling under subpoenas and secret recordings. And for fans who grew up believing these men were invincible, the betrayal stings even worse. It all circles back to one chilling thought. Maybe Shakur saw it coming. For years, fans dissected his Makaveli persona, the cryptic lyrics, hidden messages, and album covers that seemed to wink at those who look closely. Exit Shakur, enter Makaveli. The liner notes of The Don Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory, released after his supposed passing, and even borrowed the name of Makaveli, the strategist who wrote about faking your own demise to confuse enemies and return stronger. Was it just theater or a survival plan? What if every track, every cryptic line, was really a warning to those who try to erase him? The clues feel like they're everywhere. Lyrics about betrayal, Images that blur reality and legend. Photos where Shakur's stare seems to follow us, daring us to see past the illusion. Even the rumors that refuse to fade. The Havana sightings, Suge Knight's whispers, bodyguards claiming to have evidence of Castro's help, they all start to connect if you squint. For years, skeptic pointed to holes in the official story. A coroner's report full of errors, witnesses who vanished, posthumous albums released too perfectly timed. Was it all coincidence, or was Shakur sending a coded message? Was Makaveli really saying I'm not finished yet? That's the haunting possibility gripping the industry now. If Shakur faked his own escape, then every assumption about that night in Vegas crumbles. Was the incident staged? Were the hospital scenes manipulated? Was his disappearance not a tragedy, but the greatest performance of his life? Even doubters who mocked the Cuba rumors are now rewatching old footage, hunting for details that they missed.
Got me looking.
One that could flip the story upside down.
Got me looking. Got me definitely looking. How can you, dude, imagine you fake your death and it's been over 30 years. What you been doing? You gotta be hiding all this time. Jesus Christ, that gotta be a boring life. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. I need people around me, man. I couldn't do it, man. I can't stop putting that thought through my mind. I can't do nothing. I can't get on no airplane. I can't go on no cruises. I can't go to no parties. Shit.
Of his life, even doubters who mocked the Cuba rumors are now rewatching old footage, hunting for details that they missed. That one that could flip the story upside down. And then comes the bigger question. What does this mean for hip-hop itself? The Shakur versus Biggie rivalry, East Coast versus West Coast. It was supposed to be about music, not a blood-soaked conspiracy. But now with Diddy's empire falling apart and Jay Z's name being dragged through court filings, people are asking if the very roots of modern hip-hop were built on something darker than the lyrics ever admitted. It's not just about who pulled the trigger, it's about who knew, who stayed silent, and who cashed in while the rest of the world mourned. And notice the silence now from those once eager to stand beside Jay Z and Diddy, Beyonce and other A-list allies, once regulars at galas and award shows, are now suddenly quiet. Social circles that once sparkled have shrunk to nervous loyalists. The media, once cautious, now digs deep, uncovering old contracts, exposing payouts, and finally giving voice to the people silenced for decades.
Doing good? Oh, you put that thing on the woo! You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as Miss. You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as Miss.
There's no playbook for a storm like this.
That's some very disturbing footage right there, man. That ain't nothing to laugh at or anything, man. You put that thing on them. If somebody would have said that to me, I'm coming out of the room and there's some minors in there. I'm like, and you know it's a camera there because you can see, unless somebody had a fake little, back then the cameras are big back then. I don't know, man. All this stuff is scaring me, y'all, for real. I don't know who that little girl you can barely see. And why Diddy and Jay Z getting excited over a room full of kids? I don't know, man.
Exposing
That's crazy.
Payouts and finally giving voice to the people silenced for decades.
Watch this.
Doing good? Oh, you put that thing on the woo! You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as Miss. You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as Miss.
There's no playbook for a storm like this, especially when the legend you tried to bury might return. Carrying receipts. Insiders say dread is spreading through the major labels. Some believe the FBI is preparing for a wave of indictments that will go far beyond Diddy and Jay Z. Agents are connecting dots across time zones and offshore accounts, building a case that could pull in producers, handlers, even executives who thought their roles were invisible. One former Def Jam manager put it bluntly, if Tupac really has the tapes and the feds have leverage, it could be a bloodbath in the boardrooms. And the fear isn't just public shame, it's entire fortunes built on illusions now cracking wide open. That leaves the ultimate question. If Shakur does step into the light, evidence in hand, what happens to everything we thought we knew? Do we erase Diddy and Jay Z from the hip-hop's pantheon? Do we celebrate Shakur as the ultimate survivor, or question the cost of his silence? Or is this just one final illusion, the last twist from a man who blurred reality and myth until nobody could tell the difference? Court documents already named Diddy 77 times in connection with Tupac's case, the FBI's renewed interest, Jay Z's legal battles, Diddy's empire collapsing, and the whispers of Shakur's return. It all feels like the stage is set for hip-hop's ultimate reckoning. We could be days, weeks, or months away from an explosion that makes the East Coast-West Coast war look tame. Or maybe we're stuck in the labyrinth Tupac built, chasing shadows while the real answers hide in a vault in Havana or a federal safe house. One thing's for certain, the truth is coming, and nothing will ever be the same. If these whispers are true, hip-hop's biggest dynasty may be on the edge of collapse, and Tupac's name could rise louder than ever. The only question left, are we ready for the truth? Drop your theories in the comments because this story is far from over. And if you don't want to miss the next bombshell, you better make sure you hit like and subscribe.
This dude right here, man. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, man. Out of all these rumors, right? Diddy is a video out proving that he beat up Cassie. Then he did the sorry-o apology. So him being abusive to a lot of people is beyond a reasonable doubt. Number one, it's too many lawsuits out here saying that he slept with another man or abused another man. So my meter is way over there to 90, 95, 98% on that. You feel me? The more I'm watching this stuff and getting into it, I'm like, dang, you mean to tell me that's true? Diddy done took everybody publishing, and there's so many people saying that it's a lot of gangsters. Come on, man. With that being said, man, I'm looking at all this stuff with more of an open mind, so to speak. But I can't see somebody faking it. Well, once you fake your death, I guess you can't come back because that's against the law. That's against the law. So what's going to happen if he does come back and reveal himself, right? Tupac. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. I got to read these comments, baby. Y'all think Tupac's still alive, man? For real? Y'all really think that? Let me know in the comments, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Bullshit. Peace out.